And the traffic story tonight in January, St. Pete is still shut down after a crash occurred today. The crash happened around 12:30 this afternoon.
Evolution. Sports Talk Television live here nightly. All Bucs Report. It's the Sports Lab. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about on tonight's show. And at halftime, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are losing to the Kansas City Chiefs 20-7 here live at the Deck Bar and Grill. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Philip Schwagler, our editor-in-chief of Bucs Report. And guys, I tell you right now, I got to tell you, Phil, this could be a lot worse if the Bucs defense doesn't come up with a turnover, because right now Patrick Mahomes has over 330 passing yards. I mean, it's ugly. 25 for 33, 359 yards, 2 touchdowns. And whoever said cover Tyreek Hill one-on-one with Carlton Davis, that's a bad game plan. 8 catches for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a 75-yarder to the house. I mean, this has been a complete disaster when it comes to defense. Again, a bright spot there from Shaq Barrett, getting the sack, causing the fumble. William Golston jumping on it, giving the Bucs the opportunity to get it to Ronald Jones for 37 yards. Oh, imagine that. The victim of volume getting a touchdown catch there. But after that, it's just Todd Bowles and this defense have had no answer for Andy Reid and Mahomes.
Well, you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense coming off the field as quickly, not getting first downs. So I would flip the script on that a little bit and say, hey, that's more of the offense's problem. Not be able to stay on the field, get first downs. I think they had 1 first down in the first quarter, and they finally started getting there towards the end of the half there. So you need to keep the defense off the field a little bit more, give them a little more time to rest, and not allow Patrick Mahomes just to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, again, Blake talked about it. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. When you get him to move to the right, he's not as effective. But you have Kelsey here who's going off, Tyreek Hill. I don't know what you do. This offense is so explosive. This defense has to come up with stops. And again, Shaq Barrett gets the fumble there. That gives the Bucs a perfect opportunity to go down and score a touchdown. But you look at Brady's numbers, 10 for 16, 117, 1 touchdown. It's not like the Chiefs are really getting to him besides on third down. And that seems like early on in the game, 4 3-and-outs. That's ineffective. You can't have that. You can't have that happen versus a highly potent team like the Chiefs. You got to continue to score. You can't make mistakes. And the Bucs have not been able to convert on those third downs.
Yeah, they need to establish some kind of run game here in the second half. We saw Ronald Jones break off that nice 12-yard run before it got called back by Ali Marpet holding call. But the run game is definitely something they need. The Kansas City Chiefs are ranked towards the lower half of the league there for rush defense. So that's definitely something you want to try to exploit here in the second half.
Again, 20-7 Kansas City over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And once again, it could be a lot worse. And you hope that this defense can make those necessary adjustments. You hope that if you're going to play one-on-one coverage, that the safety net look like on that long play to Tyreek Hill, I believe it was the 75-yarder or the other one, that the safety was late. He's playing safety over the top. Why is a rookie? I get it. He's a rookie, but he's out of position, and that's big. You can't make those type of mistakes versus Kansas City in that speed.
Yeah, you definitely got to be more sound to what's going on in the field. You see Carlton Davis is having a little bit of trouble on the outside with Tyreek Hill in that specific play. Safety, you want to move down a little bit, try to give him a little bit of help, and hope that the other half of the field is doing their job and covering the guys on the left side.
You look at You look at Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians needs to come up with a game plan. But you have Rob Gronkowski in this game, 4 catches for 50 yards, getting open down the middle. That was encouraging to see, getting him involved. Like I said,
Tom Brady's. I think he's starting to realize some of these guys aren't catching the ball and throwing to him. They throw to a guy who I can trust. And I think that's been kind of the issue the past few weeks with not being able to connect with receivers, especially these running backs. With that Ronald Jones touchdown, it was just we couldn't believe he caught the ball and ran it in for a touchdown because they've had such a big issue with it.
Well, that's what you see in this game. I mean, look, Brady has had his struggles throwing the ball deep, but when you're throwing it to Mike Evans and it's going right through his arms, I mean, what can you do at that point? You really can't do anything. He was a little bit high on the Mike Evans pass again, but overall guys dropping passes. Chris Godwin had an opportunity there to secure a third down, is not able to capitalize on that. So when you miss those opportunities, you give a good team like Kansas City more opportunities to score, and they absolutely pick you apart. Yeah. I mean, Patrick Mahomes right now, 1 sack is not going to get it done. You have to have more pressure than that. This Bucs defense has lots of work to do. So what are your adjustments in this second half besides prayer?
I continue to pressure the quarterback. They're starting to get to him. And I think the second to last drive that Kansas City had, Patrick Mahomes got hit a few times. You really want to start to get into his head, show him that the pressure is there when it really isn't there. That's where you can get away with rushing 4 or even rushing 3. That way you can cover the back end of the field. But definitely keep up the pressure. You need to start double teaming some of these guys. Travis Kelce, stop giving up the cheeks in the middle like Blake Anthony says all the time. All right, right there in the middle on the first down marker.
And you've got to run the ball. You've got to run the ball. I mean, I get it. You're getting down in this game. Like you said, it was a good run by Ronald Jones, but it gets called back by a holding penalty. It's just absolutely kills you. Let's go out to some of these comments, and then we'll get back to the game here. Again, Bucs are losing to the Kansas City Chiefs 20-7. I feel like it's more than that, and it's not. So thank God.
And that's where we thank the defense for coming up some of those stops. It's definitely allowing just those 2 field goals there.
Doing a raffle in the background. Can you hear that? We're live at the Deck Bar and Grill. Great food, great service. Other news of the NFL. Looks like Dave Caldwell, the GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thank you very much. Bring your playbook. You are fired as the GM of the Jaguars. We'll read some of these comments, and then we'll get you back to your second half of the game. Run the ball, says Dexter. Agree. Game over, says Mike Durocher. I don't think the game is over at this point. There's 2 halves to this game. We'll see what the Bucs offense comes out.
2 scores away from tying.
Yeah, corners have to tighten up. You're exactly right. Straight hot garbage, says Earl. Misador, game over. We are down 3 drives. Milo, not a good job with ball control. 1 on 5 on the third down because they don't run and keep it manageable. Down in distance. If they run the ball more, Mahomes has less opportunities to kill us. Agree. Sajid says Tom Brady needs to tighten up. Earl, Davis is exposed and now he is scared. Misador got one right out. Get one right out of the gate. I mean, it started out 34 yards. Shocker. It's a will route.
Yeah.
It's coming and it's a will route and the Bucs still can't defend it. I mean, it's amazing to me that you can't defend a route like that that's been thrown on you over and over again.
That's where the linebackers come in, right? You got to protect the zone coverage of your part of the field there on those wheel routes. But going back to real quick, the Carlton Davis getting exposed. I mean, how many cornerbacks actually can cover Tyreek Hill? The entire
one-on-one coverage.
One-on-one coverage.
It's absolutely a tall task.
He's doing his best.
Again, my adjustments are you got to sustain drives. It's so easy. Third downs, you got to convert. Guys got to catch passes. Of course, you got to convert those opportunities, and you got to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. He's going to have over 400 yards of passing, but if you can call some turnovers, you can still get back into this game. So at halftime, the Bucs are losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. For the great Philip Schwegler, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report, one of the best chefs I know. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Enjoy the second half of the game. We'll be right back here for your post-game edition of Bucs versus the Chiefs on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web, powered by 320solar.com. See you after the game. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. Will you shut up and be quiet?